I get frustrated because he always talks about, I'm going to keep having kids, I have my son.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, you have a son. He's 9.
Right.
You know what I mean? Reason being, dad's locked up. Dad will never see light of day. You will be dad from this day forward if you put the effort forward, because he knew who his dad was, but doesn't know of his dad. So you take... This is how I feel. If you're going to be a head of household, you take over that role. You're not forcing the child to call you dad, but you develop that relationship that it's natural for them to call you dad. My daughter called me dad when she was here, and honestly, 3 months after I was, with my soon-to-be wife, only because it was those things that I would show her and I would talk, you know what I mean?
Like a father would do with his child.
Yeah, just doing the intangible things, you know what I'm saying? And it's loving on her, showing her that, you know what? I'm going to love you as much as I possibly can so that you won't have to seek that love from any man. That any man that's going to try to talk to you when you're older is going to have to be a step ahead of what your dad did. You know what I'm saying? And courting my daughter, because you're not going to date my daughter. You're going to court my daughter. And that's how I want to see it as. Because that's a hard thing, you know what I mean? Because I didn't court my wife. If I could do it over again, I would. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of us get caught up and don't realize I'm dating my daughters. You know what I mean? It's not people are like, oh, that's sick. No, it's not, because you have to show your daughters and show your sons this love, so that that's something that they're not going to seek other places. How many women do I know that say, I married him because he's like my dad? Right. Well, because they want a father figure. They didn't have that father figure. Right. So we step into that role as being the fathers we're called to be. Sure. That won't be a need for that. You know what I'm saying? Breaking no generational curses. Like, you know what? That stops here. That's you know what I mean?
That's right. And I think it's important, as we're waking up as founding fathers and we're getting rid of disease, we remember consistently, how much of an impact we're going to play in that child's life. Definitely. Forever. Because they're going to see how we instill certain values. They're going to see how we tell, I told my son, I was telling my stepson, during the time that I was married, hold the door for such and such, be kind. Definitely. If somebody needs a seat, regardless, stand up and give them a seat. You're the youngest person around, more likely. Just things like that. Just self-respect and having respect for other people. I'm telling you, the foundation in the home is so underrated. People don't really realize, how you instill values at home is going to be carried out through the rest of their life. They're going to do the same thing that they practice in the household. What's happening, I see, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mix, there are no values being set in the household, so kids are coming up with their own values. Yeah. They're calling women all kinds of names, they're degrading, and women vice versa. They don't have any respect for themselves because maybe that guy, that stepfather wasn't there. Yeah. Obviously that father wasn't there, but maybe that stepfather, that mentor in the neighborhood, young lady, you look beautiful today, have a great day. Yeah. Keep smiling, keep doing what you're doing. You're a powerful young lady, going to be, productive one day. You know what I mean? Just things like that.
And it's building into in our kids' lives. Like, the more we build into them, the more we deposit in them, the more they're going to have that respect and understanding of themselves. You know what? I am a true creature of God, and then things are a function of my life. Like, it's biblical. If things in your house aren't fixed, how are you going to focus on anything else? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. My household, I'm a deacon and leader in my church, but my household's my first ministry. If that's not going right, I can't do anything else right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, George will tell you that. Anyone that I know will say that. Like, if that's not functioning right, then there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? And then your kids will pick that up. You know what I'm saying? And again, like, even like labels, like, she could have called me dad. She could have called me stepdad. You know what? Okay. But it was, and the thing is, every time I'm introduced as dad. Like, she's like, this is my dad. And people say, wow, you and your daughter look alike. And that's great. And I laugh. I'm like, if you only knew that this was my biological daughter, because she's developing characteristics and traits that I may have, and so.
Y'all do look alike, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? And so it's cool stuff, because it's like, you don't have to, like, again, that's why I feel like, I know plenty, like, my sister-in-law, that's, the child's stepdad, because he's not stepping into the role as dad. The opportunity is there. When the opportunity arises, men need to step up and say, you know what, I'm taking, you know what I mean? It's not disrespect to the father. Right. No, because he still plays a role. Sure. You know what I mean? Sure. Does he play the role that he should be playing? Right. I don't think so.
That's what and that's one of the things I'm thinking, like, it's rare because, my son's mom, had, a child, obviously, is not my son's big brother, and I still make it my business to talk to him. When I get the opportunity, I'll take him and my son, and we'll go do something. You'll probably see it on YouTube. We're conversing together. It's like, I have a relationship with my stepson's father. You see that, and that's rare. It is, and we have a great relationship to the point where I can talk to him and say, I think such and such. You might want to talk to MC about this or that. and he'll follow up with me, such and such, such. But we got the interaction that's genuine, and not only that, MC is seeing that. So when he grows up, he's going to be like, okay, well, this is not the worst thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there are guys that care, there are fathers that are there. And he can be a guy. Perhaps he can teach another young guy something that he learned. It's important. We got to get back in the community. Founding Fathers, we're awake. I'm here in Fatherz. We want to thank you for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And giving us life stories, life lessons. Hopefully somebody watches this and benefits from it. If just one person, that's all I care. Just one person make the right change with their son or daughter. If they don't have a son or daughter in their life, make the right change in your community. Get involved. We need to reach. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Founding Fathers. Wake up, get rid of disease.